In this video, I show how petal hunting works in different areas, and explain how you should hunt for petals. First, there's sewer farming. In the sewers, you can get wings, which are a long-range petal that, in my opinion, is more reliable than missile. For missiles to be good, they need to be at least mythic, because without the smart aim, you can only really get one hit per mob, and even that requires you to have good aim. Even with the smart aim, it still misses a lot when dealing with mobs that move quickly, because the smart aim doesn't predict the mob's location by the time the missile gets there. Wings move in a curved path, so it's much harder for those to miss, and you can still use them even if they aren't mythic. So, sewer farming is a good way to get a petal that you can use to kill other mobs from a long distance without having to deal with the unreliability of missiles. And this is the ideal place to do it, because here, there's this large area at the bottom where lots of mobs can spawn. So for the first test, I'm just gonna farm down here for a while, and we'll see the results after I'm done. So let's do a sewer farming time lapse. I didn't get any mythics from that, but you get the idea. This is a good way to get lots of wings, and if your luck is a bit better than mine, then maybe you'll get some mythics. That's enough wing farming for this video. Let's go try something else. Now let's talk about the ocean. In the ocean, you can find claw, magnet, lightning, bubble, fang, and more. There are a few major areas in the ocean: the Crab Kingdom, the Leech Zone, and the Jellyfish Zone. This is the Crab Kingdom. Here you can find mostly crabs and bubbles. I'm gonna do a quick grinding session here. I don't really need anything else from here, but I'll do it for the demonstration. Moving on, here's the Jellyfish Zone. It's not officially called the Jellyfish Zone, but, like, come on, it's pretty obvious. Look at the shape of this thing. Now, I actually did some off-camera grinding here earlier, and I think I've had enough of this for now. So I'm just gonna, instead of doing a time-lapse, I'm just gonna give you some tips. Basically, the main thing is bring multiple magnets, because they will protect you from the lightning attacks. The Leech Zone isn't officially called that either, but it's the only place where leeches spawn. Now, let's do another grinding time lapse. Well, that didn't last long. So, make sure you use a build that's good for both leeches and crabs, because even though this place is mostly leeches, there are still things like that. Anyways. On to the garden. For this, go to Centralia Maze and just hope the mobs you want spawn. Garden petals are probably the most tedious to grind for unless they're missiles. There's so many hornets everywhere, and everything else is pretty hard to find. tringer. Yes! Yes! That's my first tringer! I've been trying to get this for so long, and I finally got it! Yes! Anyways, those are some clips of me grinding for petals, including a tringer, which was completely unexpected. What's the conclusion? Well, depending on what petals you want, go to the ideal farming area for that mob with a loadout adapted for that type of farming. Bring some sort of slowing petal for Crab Kingdom and Centralia Maze. For the Jellyfish Zone, bring multiple magnets to absorb the lightning attacks. And for leeches, I'm honestly not sure. You can clearly tell I'm pretty bad at dealing with that area. I'll have to try that again in part 2. If you have any tips and tricks you want me to test out in part 2, put them in the comments below. Crafting from Legendary to Mythic has a 3% chance of success without the skilled crafting upgrades. Each craft takes 5 petals, and if it fails, you get 1 to 4 back. That means grinding for Mythics is highly dependent on RNG and can take a while. In order to not waste time, you need to know what petals are worth grinding for, and you can find out by clicking this video here.